Education news on this Monday night. The superintendent of the Premont ISD, Steve Van Maitre, says that district is ready to begin renovating their high school. This after voters this past weekend approved a $4.1 million bond proposal. Our Michael Gibson reports on the work that's about to get done.
Voters passed a $4.1 million bond to renovate Premont Collegiate High School. It was built way back in 1971, and the superintendent here says that those bond dollars will be used for major security upgrades at the high school, as well as renovation of the classrooms and bathrooms.
Security is first. That's the number one priority of any superintendent, is keeping students and staff safe. And right now, our current campus, in the condition that it's in, has some holes in it that make me uncomfortable.
Some of those concerns that the superintendent pointed out include that it's an open campus in the back of the high school. Also, the band hall and wing of classrooms are separated from the main campus. He also pointed out that security cameras need to be improved and that the district needs to put a fence around the high school. Those are just some of the immediate problems that have to be addressed, and then eventually the classrooms and those bathrooms will be renovated.
We have to improve our classroom. The learning environment in our classrooms at the secondary campus are substandard. So are our restroom facilities. Our band hall, fine arts is a huge component in Premont ISD. And that facility has not met the needs of our students.
First, the school district has to certify the votes, and they'll do that on May 10th. After that, they'll have a discussion with their financial advisors, and then they will try and sell Premont bonds in New York City.
We have an A rating, and they're guaranteed by the Permanent School Foundation, which makes the interest rates very attractive for any Texas ISD. That'll happen in June.
Sometime in July, the school district will get the proceeds from that bond sale. They will then begin to select and hire architects to come up with the needed improvements. The superintendent says a community committee will be formed to help make the decisions on what security measures will actually be made here at the high school, and that includes the scope of that work as well as the renovations. Now, the actual work is expected to start by September 1st. Michael Gibson, 3 News.